Hey everybody, this is Shred Kid here. I am doing another one of my video walkthrough in my ongoing video walkthrough series for a bunch of different heroes, hopefully. But right now we're doing one of Furion, and unlike all my other walkthroughs so far, this one is going to be in a serious game. I'm going to take basically one of the scrims that my team has and walk through it from the perspective of a jungle Furion player. So, what this video is going to have that the other ones haven't had is, one, a little bit more serious play, as opposed to the other ones where I, might kind of mess around a little bit. It's going to have me working in a more team-oriented capacity, whereas a lot of times in pubs I'll kind of, try to go around, do my own thing. I'm going to be basically focused on the entire team aspect, so much more than, solo killing and, maybe getting a suicide out of it or something. But anyway, we're going to see how it goes. Maybe I'll do more scrim or tournament replays, maybe not, but either way, this is the first one. Could be good, could be bad. What I also wanted to ask right before we got into this video was, would anybody be interested in watching video walkthroughs basically featuring the Skype call with my team? Sure, I wouldn't be able to necessarily talk as much during them because there isn't too much downtime in our Skype call where I would be able to, put an input, but I think that for the most part it could be fairly informative. Anyway, let's go to the band pick stage. We have the first pick this game. So basically the way our team drafts is me and our captain kind of just have a conversation about what we want to do. He has the final say, and occasionally someone else might have some input, but for the most part it's usually me and him. So we have first pick, which means they have to ban out Undying and Batrider. Doesn't necessarily mean it, but it probably means it. And we know that we want to open Templar Assassin this game, so we ban out Venomancer, and we also ban out Bounty Hunter, who's just a really problematic hero this patch for the most part. It's hard to deal with. The hero's just, it's annoying at all stages of the game. So, we open with Templar Assassin, which means we're giving them Darkseer, and we're giving them Queen of Pain. So, for the most part, this means that we're going to win mid. Templar Assassin should really beat Queen of Pain mid. But it means we're going to have a little bit of trouble in the offlane, because Darkseer can be hard to deal with. You need something like a roster, perhaps, to deal with him, maybe a Shadow Demon, but anyway, what we want to do this game with Nature's Prophet is we wanted to start trying out Nature's Prophet not in the jungle, or, excuse me, not in the offlane, simply because most teams right now are running him as an offlane solo. You use the Trounce to pull for you. It's worked okay for us. It hasn't worked that well. A lot of times we find it more useful to give our offlane solo some form of stun or disable, which Nature's Prophet doesn't really have. Of course, you have Sprout, but teams can tango out of it. You can push people out of it, so it's not that reliable of a disable early. Anyway, we kind of see what they're going for in terms of the band pick stage. They have Queen of Pain, Darkseer, Jakiro. This looks like mass team fight. At least that's how it looks to us. So we're going to ban out Naga Siren immediately just because she's so good with all those heroes. We get rid of CK because we don't really feel like we can have the burst to get rid of him. And I forget who else we get rid of this game, but like I said, I played this match a day or two ago. I don't really remember the band pick process so well, but like I said, the commentary is mostly going to focus on Furion, otherwise known as Nature's Prophet. So right now my concerns as a Nature's Prophet, because we've already established that we're going to be playing him as a jungle role. Normally in like an ultra serious game we wouldn't have already established this. We'd keep it open that he could jungle or offlane, but we wanted to try it out. So my concerns right now are, one, it's going to be hard to kill Queen of Pain. Two, I can't really kill Darkseer in the offlane if he has a tango. And the other big concern for me is Furion's really good if he's not on top of people. He kind of like punishes people from far away. Darkseer and Queen of Pain let people get up close to you. So it's going to be hard to necessarily position this game if I'm on the defensive. So we're going to want to be very offensive, especially with a hero like TA, with a hero like Nature's Prophet. When we don't want them to be on us, we want to be on them, which means that we need to get out to an early lead in our lanes. So we're going to get rid of Tiny. Why did we get rid of Tiny? I don't remember why we got rid of Tiny, but we did. And they get rid of Enigma. Here's why. They're not going to want to pick Enigma because we have Rubik, and, it's so hard to prevent your black hole from getting stolen. And I'm pretty sure that they think that we're going to offlane Furion and put Enigma in the jungle, which would make a lot of sense, Gives us a good big teamfight disable, which right now our team lacks. So Right now we're just trying to fill out some roles. With a TA, it pretty much means that we're going to have Rubik as a support hero this game, which most teams have been running him as this patch. We're looking for an offlane right now, which they banned out some offlaners, and we're also looking for a carry role. Now, for the most part, if you're running like a glass cannon mid, such as Templar Assassin, or, Shadow Fiend, Tinker, whatever, just a mid who deals a lot of damage but dies really fast, if you want to do an aggressive strategy with this, a lot of times what you want to do is you want to have a tanky, sustainable carry in the safe lane, who can be active early, again, if you're trying to run that aggressive strat. So, Slardar could be appropriate, CK would be very appropriate, we banned her out, I guess, Sven, as an aggressive Sven, could be good. Balinar, all these heroes work very, very well in terms of their sustainability. And our team right now has none of that, and they have a lot. So what we do have going for us is that Templar Assassin can run down and kill basically their entire team. But that's about it. We're going to take a Beastmaster because we decided that we wanted some form of hard disable to take down the Darkseer. We also felt like with not a whole lot of offlane solos left in the pool, as opposed to just putting Nature's Prophet in the offlane and doing a tri-lane or having me play Chen or something, we felt like the hard CC he offers is worth it. And like I said, we don't really want a Chen or Enchantress this game, so he kind of works. Also something we wanted to try out, the reason why we wanted to start trying out Nature's Prophet in the jungle was because it allows us to get more disables as a whole. The thing is, if you get, like, our normal go-to picks for junglers are going to be Enigma or Chen. I play those in a lot of games. So, while they offer a lot of disable early, they don't really offer any later. And I mean that in skirmishes. Not like, obviously Black Hole's like the best disable in the game, but none of them have great, amazing disable in, every fights every 30 seconds or 1 minute, if you know what I mean. So, for the most part, we wanted to try out putting Nature's Prophet in the jungle, having him be active, like ultra active, and basically just running around and killing stuff. Beastmaster gives us that hard disable on the offlane, which we really, really want. And like I said, Night Stalker, we're going for that sustainable carry, and if you look at their team, he just kind of tears through most of them. Most of them are fairly squishy, especially the Shadow Shaman. And Silence is going to be really invaluable in trying to take down Queen of Pain, maybe stop the Darkseer, and they're going to pick up the Juggernaut, it looks like. They're going for a push lineup. I mean, it seems fairly straightforward to me. You got the Rasta, Juggernaut, we're going to have Jakiro, we're going to have Darkseer. Great pushing heroes, and basically Queen of Pain to provide the damage. So, we're going to get on our heroes, I'm going to get on the Furion, and we should be good to go. So, I'm going to immediately start making decisions differently than I would in the pub. I will also do, if there's interested, a pub walkthrough of my Furion, which is, like I said, it's very different. My starting items are different. I build basically completely different items. Usually I'll try to do some combination of Dagon, Midas, Shadow Blade, and Ethereal Blade, and then I try to get it to Dagon 5. That's not going to happen in a serious game. Unfortunately, as much as I wanted to make Dagon 5, my captain ixnayed it. So, we're just waiting on Orange to pick his hero right now, and we're going to see the difference in starting builds. So, in pubs, where I don't have to get the courier, I'm always going to start with, well, pretty much always going to start with a Gloves of Haste and 2 Clarities. This usually allows me to get my Midas up from between 6 to 7 minutes, and I just kind of go straight into Dagon from there, for the most part. Oh, I'm on directed replay, and that is not okay. So, my team decides that we want to kind of invade their jungle, I think, get some wards down. Our level 1 really isn't that good. We only really have Night Stalker. No, I lied. Thinking of a different game. We want to go to our jungle, and we want to protect our jungle so that they can't get, some wards up here. Maybe they'll put a ward up over here. Point is, we want to make sure that they can't establish wards, and we want to. So, Beastmaster isn't even coming with us because he's going to be useless for that. Beastmaster does nothing in a level 1 engage. I have yet to skill a point because maybe there will be some weird situation where I'll need to sprout, maybe I'll need to TP. Hey, but what I want to do is save my points in Nature's Call, and we'll see if I actually do that. What you can do with Furion, which will very much help your offlane solo, is if you take your Nature's Call Treants, a lot of times what will have me do is I'll run. Okay, we'll see if I do it right this game. You run over to here or so. Maybe over here, whatever. You summon Treants, and you send them over here. When the creeps spawn for the enemy team, you have your Treants attack their creeps, and you pull the Treants, or you have the Treants pull the creeps over to here. What this allows you to do is have your offlane solo get one full wave of EXP. So, I summon Treants and I say, hey, I don't want to, get rid of 160 mana, so I'm going to go back to base, regen some mana, and then go back to lane, to the forest. Let's take a look at my Treants. One's over here. They're killing them, by the way. So I'm like, oh no, they're going to kill them. What I'm trying to do, because I realize that they're going to die, is just mess up their wave. So what I mean by that is, one, obviously, I burned a lot of that dude's mana. But if you can at least have them, pull the wave back a little bit or delay it, or that does is it creates a double wave of sorts. For, see how, because it held it up just for a little bit, the tower is going to attack the creeps, and what that's going to do is push the wave up and allow my Beastmaster to get the XP. So, we'll go to what I'm doing. I summon Treants, I let my mana regen in the well. So, again, this is going to be different from a pub. In a pub, I immediately do this camp, I get it done before the minute mark, and then I do it again. That's not possible for me if I'm going to go summon Treants from my offline. So, it's whatever. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about my starting build. Normally in the jungle, I start with a courier and a smoke. And our hard support player starts with observer wards and sentries. However, you don't really need a smoke for Furion, because you can just TP gank, right? So, I get the courier in this case, and I'm going to get a ring of protection. I can't just rush a Midas, because for the most part, it's going to beat up on your Treants. If you're not doing like a Bast Midas build, then it's going to be a little bit slower. Your Treants are just going to get beat up. So, it kind of lets you jungle a little bit more sustainably. And I'm going to get 5 clarities. This is going to help a lot simply because you're going to be summoning them a lot and they have a huge mana cost. So, let's take a look at what actually... we're not going to look at my first person perspective because I'm going to remember it for the most part. As Furion in the jungle, you should not be focusing that much on your actual creeps. It's not a big deal. Microing your creeps is the easiest thing in the world. I shouldn't really be doing this camp right now just because it's going to be really good against my creeps. The crit kind of tears through them. But here's what I'm looking at this game. I'm checking tangos on mid. I see that she has no tangos. She can't tango out of anything. And by tangoing, you need a tango to cut through the sprout. I see he has tangos and he has tangos. And I'm probably not going to be able to gank bot anybody. But in the first 2 minutes, what I usually look for is I look for an inexperienced team to send out their courier. And if it's walking like that, all you have to do is TP into it and kill it, and your team gets 1,000 gold. So that's what I usually keep my eye out for in the first 2 minutes. And I'm just going to alternate mostly between the easy camp and this camp over here. So, got my darts here. I notice he still has tangos, so it's going to be real hard to kill him. If he gets rid of his tangos, it'll be super easy, because all I have to do is just wait for him to surge and then sprout. It's not an issue. I think I missed the courier. No, I didn't. I didn't miss the courier. I TP in, I take it down. I don't have a TP on me, but honestly, it's worth it for me to suicide. In the meantime, they're going to be able to first blood the darts here. Yeah, I could have been there for that, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. So, like I said, it's very important to watch for that. Our mid's getting ganked. Pretty sure he's going to be okay. Maybe, yeah, he's getting an Invis rune. So, as Furion, you do not focus on the forest. That's your last priority for where your attention is. And as Furion, your attention is a limited resource. Let's see if I come in to try to save this dude. Yeah, he's going to die. Pop the Invis a little bit too late. But like I was talking about how your attention is a limited resource. Here's what you want to watch as Furion. You're going to want to watch for the courier. You want to watch for offlane. You want to see who has tangos and who doesn't. This is just in the early game, by the way. Who has tangos and who doesn't. Basically, it's hard to do. So, what I did right there is I summoned 3 trees. Oh yeah, you're also going to want to TP onto runes. You're going to want to watch where the enemy mid is to see if they're trying to get a rune that you want to TP onto. So, I summoned Treants over there and I left 1 at the rune. This is to be able to deny this rune if it spawns there, and I can TP to this rune if I need to. And yeah, my mid saying, hey, Queen of Pain's going for the rune, so I pick it up, TP to it, just to make sure that she can't get it. Had she gotten that double damage, think of it, she would have gotten 300 HP back, she would have gotten full mana, basically full regen, and she would have been able to harass our Queen of Pain, or our Templar Assassin, and LTS her for a little bit. So, it's very, very important to help your mid control runes as Furion. Let's see if I micro these back so that they don't block. Actually, they're going to die first, no problem. So, it's very important to not block this small camp. Very much so. Simply because if you block it, that's your main source of gold. We're going to notice that I'm only level 3. In pubs, I'm going to be leveling a lot faster, or at least trying to. But in serious games, it's a lot harder, like TPing to runes, TPing for couriers, although that doesn't happen a lot of the time. You get lucky when that happens. Like I said, it's harder to do. What I'm doing right now, by the way, that centaur's going to stomp if it gets 3 units on it. So I'm only going to send in 2 units, have my weak one in the back. I should micro that one back and switch, yeah. Oh, yeah, I misclicked there because I was looking at something else, and then I hit my hotkey for, yeah, I'm looking over here, and I just hit my hotkey for everybody attack move in this area. So, like, I don't even look most of the time when I'm jungling unless I have to. So, I shift Q, what my attack move is, I right-click, and then I shift Q, an attack move, which I can't do when I'm watching a replay, but whatever. Let's see if I go camp another rune. Yeah, I'm going to try to go camp top right now. It's not top, so, and, oh yeah, our mid player, or our bot player, is denying runes with his boar. So if I'm denying runes top, just with my trance, and he's denying them with his boar, oh, I thought that was my TP. Huh. Anyway, we see why Furion jungle isn't that done in competitive play. I'm leveling really slowly. I just got Sprout at 6 minutes. And while that's not terrible, Furion is fairly level dependent. And I am going to get the Gloves of Haste first. I don't feel like boots are ultra important, and I feel like Midas is going to be faster just because I don't want the Midas for the money. That's not what the Midas is for me at least on Furion. What the Midas is for, yeah, just going to micro back. What the Midas is for, the most part, trying to get a level advantage up. Well, if you use it on those big creeps, it's going to be absolutely huge. Let's see if I TP into over here. I'm considering it, but then I realize that they all have, they have tangos, and I say, hey, if I TP in, they'll just tango out immediately. So I don't do it. Otherwise, if they didn't have tangos, I would have. Where am I TPing to? I am TPing now. We realize that he's out of position, and we should be able to pick him off. So, I get a couple of autos in. The Sprout's the big one, but we're going to back off. We should want to push this tower, but doesn't look like we'll be able to. I don't have a lot of mana. It's a big problem on Furion early game, how you get mana and how you can conserve it. So, if we look at my skill build, it's not a pushing build. The pushing builds a lot of time revolve around getting 1 point in Sprout, 1 point in Teleportation, and maxing Nature's Call. However, my team, just has a nature of how we like to play, and I think you'll see it as the game progresses, we like to play very, very aggressively. So what I usually do, trying to stack a camp for Beastmaster, what I usually like to do is get just 2 points in Nature's Call. I feel like that's enough to jungle efficiently without really getting messed up on the harder camps like Wolves or whatever. Maybe, you know, the big camps even. And then max teleport from there. If you max teleport, what that allows you to do with regards to your mana issue. Okay, so what I just did there was I TP'd to the bot room to try to make him take it so that his mid couldn't get it. But he didn't take the bait, and he called my bluff basically, so I canceled. Anyway, back to Nature's Call, or Teleportation. If you max Teleportation, what it allows you to do early game for mana is just go back to base with a teleport scroll, and then you'll be instantly able to teleport wherever you need to. Looks like mid's just going to get harassed a little bit. He's not calling for TPs at this point, and I think I should have, to be honest. Nope, I actually shouldn't have. I wouldn't have been able to get him. But, let's take a look at what I'm doing. Just trying to get the Midas up, because once I get Midas, everything else takes off, because my levels take off, and once my levels take off, I can start really doing whatever I want. Now, let's think about my item build for this game. My item build, we're almost certainly going to get a medallion up on me. If we don't get it up on me, it'll be up on the Beastmaster, but it's probably going to go on me. Here is why. If we get a medallion up, 1, it synergizes extremely well with Templar Assassin, extremely well with Night Stalker, both heavy sources of physical DPS, especially the Templar Assassin. However, if we think about it, what Furion does as a hero is he allows your team to control parts of the map that you wouldn't otherwise be able to control. So if, say the entire enemy team's, chilling in their jungle, chilling over here, maybe in mid lane, and, we can't really code take Roshan if they're over there. Let's say I TP to this lane, a bit later in the game, over here, and I start pushing their tier 2 tower. They have to send people there, which means we'll be able to take Roshan because they're out of position, and Metal helps us do that fast. So we really very much like Metal on our jungle Furion. I'm going to TP in. Let's see if we can get him. Oh, cancelled. So at this point, we realized he's got no tangos. Or I think I realized it because I'm the tango watcher. That's my job. But he's got no tangos, and he pushes up. We'll say, let's take him down. I hope I TP in. Please TP in and don't make myself look like an idiot. Yep, there we go. He's going to get lifted, and I'm going to go. I realize that that's too far back, so I'm going to go a little bit more forward. We should be able to take him down, hopefully. But a TP ult from Queen of Pain is going to kind of suck and kill all of us. So that's a very aware TP from the Queen of Pain. I'm dead. I think many Furions at that point would have, and in this case it would have been the correct decision. Many Furions would have done the safe decision and finished their Midas, which they were so close to, and continuing to get levels up. But I'm almost up. I'm probably going to TP in to try to help. And we're going to get 1 kill. Is that... where am I? I'm just walking, so why am I walking? Oh! Here's why I'm walking to the forest as opposed to TPing to it. Okay, so they're going to go on bot lane. I'm going to TP in, try to help. Yeah, he's going to go down. Just, try to hold him in place. I probably didn't need to TP for this, but there's no issue. And with them out of position, we might try to push bot lane. Yeah, with me summoning Trions, we're going to try to push. Here's the deal. If you TP to lane, or TP to the forest, what you can do is you TP to the forest, you shift Q a Nature's Call, and immediately summon Trions, and you heal most of your mana back. However, the issue with doing that, I'll talk about this later, we're going to roar him, auto-attack him, he's just going to fall instantly. Yeah, this tower should go down, no problem. But if you TP to the jungle, and then, or even to lane, and immediately shift Q from base, what happens is, you regen all your mana back. So it helps you jungle much faster, but we don't want to do that. We want me to walk to the jungle and then use my TP for killing people because it's not maxed yet, and even if it is maxed, 20 seconds is a long time to not have it down. So, this guy's silenced. He's probably going to die. I'd be surprised if he didn't. Goes down to a meld strike. I'm going to TP ahead of this dude. He should go down too. And this is how our team likes to utilize our Furion. I'm fighting people a lot. I'm not really split pushing. I'm not really farming. I just got my Midas up at 12 minutes. That's really late. And you'll notice I am going to Midas the big creeps. And I leave the small creeps for them just because it means it's not going to spawn big creeps, so it's kind of taking farm from their jungle that's not going to regenerate until they kill the small creeps. So, that time I use my ultimate for damage. But we're going to look very carefully at how you use your ultimate and what I use it specifically for. Because I use it differently in a lot of different situations. So, I have no mana, but now I can start carrying a TP scroll and I can start carrying boots. Here is why the TP scroll is important. Point 1. You can, say you're in an engage and you're out of mana, you're out of health, and you gotta go back to base. Well, if you TP back with your teleportation, you're not going to be able to TP back into the fight if it's not right near a tower. What you do is you TP back with your TP scroll, and then you'll have teleportation up. Also important for having a TP scroll always on you, even though you have a teleport skill, is that if you get into trouble, the TP scroll is faster. Check it out. Actually, it doesn't say, but your teleport costs a couple more, substantially more time than a TP scroll. So at this point, we say, hey, they're out of position top, so they are pushing our bot tower. Yeah, we're gonna get some TPs in there, try to force them back. He's going to get out no problem. What am I doing? I'm continuing to split push. We decided that we probably didn't need me in this engage. They said that they had it without me, so I'm going to keep split pushing. This is a big decision as Nature's Prophet, when you're going to fight and when you're going to push. I almost always prefer to fight. Almost always. but our team wants to push. So, the mech this game is either going to be built on myself or on Beastmaster. We're going to take a look. I'm going to get metal first. We very much like doing this when we have this much physical DPS. We feel like it's basically incredibly helpful. I can't help him.
Bottom tower denied. Nicely done.
So, yeah, I'm going to try to get the metal up. Let's talk about boots choices, because I don't remember if I actually upgrade my boots in this game at all. Mana boots, don't need. Tranquil boots, don't need. You don't need the regen. You can just TP back and forth. But what I almost always do is treads. I like the DPS from them. It helps you push, helps you tank. It also gives you a bigger mana pool in case you need that. However, you may want to get... Oh, hang on. I'll finish that thought. Our Night Stalker's getting gone on. I should be able to hopefully stop them. Yes! Good. I'm happy with that. Sometimes it's very hard to... If two people are on top of each other, it's very, very hard. I've got ult up. I'm probably just going to ult or Sprout. Yeah, I'm going to ult for the damage. I won't have any HP back. Yeah. Good. I might TP ahead of that guy and auto him, but I don't think I can with his Vanguard. Oh, we're going to go on him, and we can't chase. Phase Boots, what Phase Boots do is, it's a very North American build. What they do is allow you to just run away from people, or at least that's how I like to utilize them. If they have people like Tiny who you need to run away from, Phase Boots is going to allow you to do that. Or at least run away long enough to get the Sprout up. Some people like to use it for being aggressive, but I'm not a huge fan of it. So if we notice this, I TP scroll back to base so that I'll have my teleportation up for whenever I need it. This allows me to teleport somewhere whenever I really need. And I am going to build into mech before I finish my boots, simply because I feel like boots is 1,000 gold, and it's not really a big deal in terms of how much it'll help us. Okay, I summoned the trees so that if he Omni-Slashed, it might go to them. I try to tree him, he gets silenced, and I am on the retreat. I'm going to go down, 100%. Yeah. Basically, right there, we traded my life for Night Stalkers, which is a good trade, I think, especially because he's working on BKB. I might buy back in this situation if I have the gold, and I don't, so... Oh well. Oh god, I think our TA is about to go bananas. Is he going to go in? A little bit of background on this TA player. This is the most aggressive American player I've ever seen in my life. Sometimes it's very good, other times it can be bad, but... yeah, he's not going to go in. Dagger is going to get broken. He's going to be on the retreat. I'm up in 2, so some Furions might try to split push here. I doubt that I will. I should TP into this fight. Yeah, I'm going to TP in. Let's see if I get a Sprout off, a Metal off. Yeah, I Sprout 2 in there, and I Metal him, so I can auto him down. If you take a look at that, the Metal makes your autos deal so much more, even at a low level. And we decide not to pursue the Queen of Pain, because we're not going to be able to get him. But basically 4 for 2 in this situation. What I also did in this situation was I ulted from base so that I would get my mana regen up from base so that I'd have more in the fight. Now, we take a look. Night Stalker's farming top. Our mid is under control, so I'm going to try to split push bot because it's safe farm at this point. Oh, I wanted to make another point. What was I going to say? I metaled the dude. I sprouted them. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about a while ago. I wanted to say sometimes it's really hard to sprout people when they're right on top of you. So what you might want to do in a lot of cases is not click on them, but click on the ground where they're going to run to. You can do this for BKB targets also, but anyway, at this point, we have complete control of the map. They're top. I don't need to be top, and we see that they're going to come in, so I'm not going to go to try to push the top. I'm just going to continue pushing bot. There isn't really an issue with this. If I can force a TP here, what that means is that we can take mid easily and we can take top easily, whenever we want. Now, our goal on the map at this point is to try and take rows from whenever we can. Now, let's take a look at what I'm looking for at this point in the game. Tangos are going to be gone. So what I'm looking for is A, couriers. You're always looking for couriers. And at this point, once I get treads, I'll have the DPS to take one down. I ulted to harass all those... to damage all the people mid, who we had vision of. They're going to go down, I'm going to TP in, and just start meddling and sprouting people. So Queen of Plains going to blink. She's going to get sprouted. I should take her down. Oh, she's going to get away. Maybe. And if we notice, Furion, the way Furion likes to play, is he just stays in the back of fights poking at people with metal and stuff. Oh god. You're about to see an awful decision from me. I'll explain it after, but...
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Me and our mid-fed. Like I said, he's a very aggressive player. I'm telling it, basically the way we do calls in game is... the drafting's done between me and our offlane player, but in-game, I'm the one making the calls, so I'm yelling back, which I don't yell very often, because, like I said, we're a fairly aggressive team. And he says, yo, fuck you, Colin. I'm going in. So I say, well, I guess I gotta go in too. We both go in, we both feed. And meanwhile, our support player's going, this is how we lose games, guys. So, anyway, let's take a look. I think we're doing Roshan, because like I said, everything's under control. He might get gone on. I might have to go save him. I'm dying. I'm gonna almost certainly try to save him. He should get away. He doesn't have BKB yet, so let's see how this works out. Where am I doing? What am I doing? I'm TPing. Yep, I'm TPing to try to save him. If I can sprout right there... Okay, good. I didn't even have to do it. Again, I'm going to trade my life to try to save him. And I'm going to die for this. But I was able to, A, save the Night Stalker, and B, we're going to get a kill out of the Queen of Pain with it. At this point, I have my mech and I have buyback, so I may buy back. TA goes down. That's an issue. This is a lot of deaths for this dude on TA. He has 5 deaths. Normally he racks up scores of like 10 and 1, but at this point in the game, even against fairly good teams, he likes playing TA. So, take a look at my build. My core is done. We could have had the mech go on Beastmaster, but we decided that if we get Beastmaster a semi-tanky, semi-DPS build, then they have to choose between 4 DPS targets. He'll be a little bit DPS-y with the Tread's Drum. Obviously, she'll have a ton of DPS. He'll deal damage, and I will deal damage also. So it's like, who are they going to go for? And with him as a tanky sustainer, him as a tanky sustainer, and the Night Stalker and the TA, it's like, geez, who do they go for? So, at this point, it's not really important for me to TP onto runes, and if I do so, they can, kind of come kill me anyway. So, we say, let's push top tower so that we'll be able to control Roshan. And if we notice we have the Hawk over here, we're preparing to take Roshan. This is late for us. Normally, we like to take it around 15 minutes max. So, I might be just straight rushing Hex this game, because I realize that we have already enough right-click damage that I can skip treads. I don't do that very often. So, I wanted to talk about my ult usage. So far, I've used it mostly for damage. Early game, I like to use it for damage. But once we start trying to control the map, control our jungle, control their jungle, and control Roshan, I mean, obviously, you always want to control the map, but once we start trying to control areas of the map which are hard to get, that's when I start ulting to try to push lanes. So, the damage isn't, kind of more negligible for it as a harass standpoint at this point in the game, because people have regen, people have tranquils, whatever, but the lane damage can't get fixed so easily. So, I'm going to ult, TP back to base. I used a TP scroll there, simply because I was worried more people might come. A little trick you can do. Oh, I'm going to TP in ahead of people. Will I get someone? No, I won't. And at this point, we wanted to take this tower, and we said no. We figured that they were smoke ganking us because they weren't on the map, so we said, hey, let's go to Roshan. They can't stop us. And if they do try to stop us with a lot of people, we send me top, and I get this tower for free. Oh, they're going to come in. I'm going to try to block them off. Yeah, I'm going to block them off from coming in to fight us. We're going to silence the Darkseer and kill him immediately. You can use Sprout to block ramps like that, and at this point, I'm just trying to metal people and mech people. So I'm going to use mech. I'll Sprout 2 people again, kill the healing ward instantly. I'm getting Omni Slash, which means a lot of times when you get Omni Slash, you just summon Trounce as fast as you can, but we realized that I was going to be okay, so not a big deal. Where the hell am I TPing to? Oh, we were trying to pick Queen of Pain. Didn't work. Oof. So, at this point, yeah, we can't get the Queen of Pain, but using, and I think I actually, I did it this game earlier, but I missed it. Darkseer was over here in this area very early in the game, and he had 1 tango, which is why I wasn't trying to kill him, and I TP blocked off of this area while he was surged, and it's just, you need to use it to block areas. It's not necessarily that you sprout people, but you can block areas, you can get vision with it, those trees get vision, a lot of stuff. So, basically, trees to tank, metal to kill it, and that thing falls so fast. Like, everybody is right-clicking hard on our team. Like, we got auras. That's kind of what this team was. It was a physical DPS team. And yeah, I'm going to straight rush Hex this game. So, let's see where I go split push. I can't really do top because it's not safe. I wanted to. Bot is going to be done by our Beastmaster and mid's taken. I don't feel safe farming their jungle, especially because I suspect wards to be up. So I'm going to go back to our jungle. And at this point, you saw me Midas a small creep. Here's my deal. When I'm higher level than their entire team, like significantly, that's when I start Midasing small creeps. Here's what the distinction is. Excuse me, I'm going to cough real quick. Here's what the distinction is. Midasing a small creep. Say there's a small creep worth 20 and a big creep worth 100 in the camp. If you Midas a big creep, you get a lot more experience, but the entire camp only increases by, say, 90 value in gold. If you Midas a small creep, the entire camp increases by 170 value in gold, but you get less experience. She's going to come here, and I say, hey, she's not going to go on me. Normally, I would have panic TP'd, but the fact that she didn't blink directly onto me means that she's not going to go for me. So I'm going to split push. We're trying to get my Hex up. It's pretty close. I'm trying to force their attention over to this side of the map. If I can control this area of the map right here from this general area and, you know, these two camps, that's a lot. While Beastmaster controls, say, bot lane, the jungles, and everybody else controls mid while Rubik forests. So, if we look at their team, they're running around defensively. This is kind of what Furion does. The fact that I can be anywhere at any time, Nightstalker can be anywhere fast, and TA is very mobile, means that we can jump on anyone who's out of position. Now, what I would have liked to have done a little bit better this game is get offensive wards up so I can TP onto people. But, let's see if I go on the Starks here. I think I probably will. Nope, if he surges away that fast and he's that close to a tower, we're not going to be able to get him. So, I'll continue pushing, trying to get my Hex up. Where am I TPing to? Oh, I'm TPing ahead of this Jug. Well, my thought process there was he was going to try to go through this little pathway, and I was going to block off the pathway with trees and get him stuck. Didn't work so well, but I'm just going to steal their creeps. Oh yeah, my team is yelling, yo, calm, back, it's not safe. I'm like, yo, I don't care, I'm going to steal their creeps. So, yeah, games come back to me as I play them, but I don't really remember them at the start of them. So, at this point, we feel like we have control of all the lanes. I'm holding my ult for damage, so I should ult right now. Yeah, I do. There's going to be some wars going off. What am I doing? In the back, sprouting people and medallioning them. If you'll notice, that medallion is always on cooldown. At least I try for it to be. We're going to back up. We realize he's dead, but he's got Aegis, so we're going to say use the Aegis, and we're going to back up a little bit. I have no mana at this point. What I might do is TP scroll back to base and then teleport back in. And then we say, uh-oh, he's in trouble. And I tried to mech him, but I just couldn't get close enough. So, a little bit of a miscommunication from our team, but we should metal him. And look at that. We deal a ton of damage with that metal. So, if you're an aggressive team utilizing a Furion, I'm seriously going to suggest getting a Medal of Courage. Especially if you want to control Roshan and you're on the dire side. So, what was I going to say? Oh, where am I? I'm getting stunned. And, again, metal instantly, even if she's going to die. And at this point we say, they're dead, we can take this tower, no problem. Let's see if we actually focus down the shelled creep, or if we're bad. Oh no, it's one of ours, we can. Yeah, if I want to go get mana, TP scroll, and I'll teleport back in. I'm very close to Hex. In fact, I believe I have it at this point, but I want to hold buyback. I feel like buyback is more important than Hex, at least for the next maybe 30 to 45 seconds. Because if we stay alive for then, like if I get picked and I buy back, we can just take both of these two towers and then I'll have Hex anyway. So where am I going? Right, I'm going to lanes, trying to force... If I force them to this side of the map, here's the deal. There is nothing for them on this side of the map at all. There's nothing. And if we force them to defend this tower, what that allows everyone else to do is my entire team can farm their jungle, someone can farm our jungle, we can farm our ancients, heck, we can maybe even farm their ancients. So at this point, I force them over here. I pick up my Hex. Maybe I'm going to TP ahead of them. I'm going to TP ahead and I'm going to say, nope, that is not safe. Where am I? TPing. I'm TPing way to the back. Going to try to sprout them in and metal, and we're just going to hit them. Oh yeah, I was going to mention something. Templar Assassin. If you're getting a Furion, what you can try doing is, with your Lanaya, have her get 2 points in side blades before she maxes meld. This way she can hit them through the trees easier. Just a thought. Something we like to do, but... I'm going to go finish top tower, probably. Yeah, and I'll probably go to bot after this.
Radiant's top tower no
Like I
longer
said,
radiates.
my farm is slower than other Furions in competitive play. I don't farm that much on him. We haven't seen that much AFK farming. Usually I like to let my teammates control the lanes if I can, and I can be aggressive with wherever they are, and, you know, my other teammates controlling the lane. But at this point, I'm ulting to try to, you know, just straight push the waves. It's going to kill that wave, going to kill that wave. So it's pushing into their base, which is big. What are some other stuff I touched on? Yeah, sometimes you can skip Sprout, only get 1 rank in it, and get a bunch of stats. That's if you're doing a more farming intensive build. The +6 stats can really help.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I'll just start split
That's
pushing.
not gonna hold.
What do you do when you're behind as Furion? Well, you split push. It's pretty easy. You just keep going. Like, you don't let them get to your tier 3. You say, hey, if you're going to try to push our racks with 5 people, I'm going to be over here at your tier 3, and I'm going to force TPs back. What are you going to do about it? So let's talk item choice for me. Hex is obviously big. Mech's amazing on Furion. Oh, I try to TP in, and they kill him before I can get there. But I should be able to, yeah, I hex this dude, metal, a few hits, it's whatever. Mech's amazing because you can get it fast, and you can be anywhere at any time healing someone with a mech. A lot of teams don't utilize this in competitive, but Urn is also amazing if you're playing that aggressive Furion, but I feel if I get Hex and Urn, here's the deal. If you're getting an Urn, you should not get Midas, and I'm kind of adamant about this because I've tried to do it a lot. Urn and Midas and Mech and Medallion is gonna, like, hang on. Mech, Midas, Mech, Medallion, Urn, TP Scroll, Boots. Basically, you're building a bunch of small items, and you're gonna have to sell one of them for your first big item, like a silencer, whatever. But let's talk other items real fast. Force Staff can be appropriate on him. It doesn't give the DPS component anymore, but it can be very good.
It is my duty to inform you.
Let me go through the upgrade list. Necronomicon 3 is a big one I get in serious games. Alright, you can't go through the upgrade list.
The Radiant should really
But I love Necro 3. Silent Stick can be amazing. That's more of a semi-carry. Like, if you want to go into a semi-carry as him, you can start, because it gives a lot of auto-attack components.
Middle tower is under
Yeah, and in this game, this is kind of rare that I didn't finish my treads, but I didn't feel like I needed to. Mjolnir can be great if you're just split pushing. Oh, man, I want to talk about... I'm not going to talk about Ags. There's a big discussion about Ags. I am against it most of the time. Almost all the time. There are very few situations in which I feel that it's an additional good item to add to your team. If you're playing a passive Furion, it makes a little bit more sense, but with my playstyle, I don't think it makes any sense. I don't think Ags would have done anything for my team this game. So, let's take a look at my gold per minute. 500, it's not that much. A lot of Furions in pro games hit, 600 plus, a lot more, but what I'm very happy with was how I helped my team fight kill people in games. So, this is another one of those really complex heroes that I like playing a lot. I play him very differently, and obviously I'm going to play him very differently in pubs or whatever. So, for the most part, I think that's how we like to utilize him in an aggressive game. So, here's the deal. Tell me if you want to see, replays or casts or whatever of me and my team with our Skype call. Just a heads up, there will be profanity. There will be a lot of quotes of people saying, yo, kid, get on my level. Yo, fuck this guy. Fuck him up. Yo, you're bitch made. But I think there might also be some good Dota insight too. So anyway, this is ShredKid. I'm signing out. You can find me on my YouTube channel at ShredKid Dota on YouTube. You can find me on my stream at twitch.tv/shred_kid. You can find me at my Twitter at twitter.com/shred_kid. And you can also find me, apparently people made a Facebook for me at, I think it's SHK Dota, which is my tag in game. So anyway, I hope to see more of you. Tell me what you want to see next. I've got a lot more of these to come. There was a bit of a break because my computer was on the fritz, but I should be making more of these, especially as midterms come to a close. So thank you for watching, and have a good day.